I'm Carmelina. Welcome to my channel. Today we're looking at the effects of the total solar eclipse that happens on August 12th for each and every ascendant or moon sign. And I'm talking about the sidereal ascendant and sidereal moon sign. If you don't know what your sidereal positions are, I'm going to leave a link of my chart calculator in the description box. It's free. You can put your details in there and you scroll down to the table and you have a look at your moon sign and your ascendant sign. If you do not have the exact time of birth, you will not know what your ascendant sign is. Don't worry, just put 12 p.m. and you just look at the moon sign and you listen to this according to your moon sign. The moon is an ascendant in Vedic astrology. It's considered an ascendant and it's highly important. Let's get right to it. If you're an Aries ascendant, and first of all, this is a K2 total solar eclipse, and it has to do with a big karmic release, letting go of something that ends, something that is taken away from us, something that is necessary for the evolution of our soul. But with that ending, there's a new beginning. There's something new that enters our life. Okay. So have a listen to my solar eclipse video, which is the previous video. Okay. So if you're an Aries ascendant or moon sign, this happens in your 4th house. What can happen within the next 6 months? Well, there could be some issues pertaining to real estate, to buying or selling a property or a home, some hidden issues that come to light during this time, something you didn't know about that can really change a lot of things. For some of you, this eclipse is about letting go of maybe a childhood home, a childhood property, the home you grew up in. Suddenly now you have to let that go. You have to sell it, or you have to let it go in some way. And so that's going to be painful. That's going to be difficult. For some of you, that may be actually a big relief. And for some of you, this means there's a new property on the horizon for you. And so purchasing a new home is in the cards for you. There could be some problems with your mother or some issues with the mother. The 4th house is a super sensitive house of the mind, our emotions, our well-being, our security. It pertains to our relationship with our mother. And so there can be some unhealthy patterns here, unhealthy conditionings that need to be let go of, that need to be released, or that needs some sort of healing. Okay. Now for Taurus ascendant, this eclipse happens in your 3rd house. The 3rd house. So if you have siblings, younger siblings, there's some sort of hidden information that can come up around this time in the next 6 months. Some hidden information that can maybe connect some dots for you, or that can really answer some questions for you that you've been having. Maybe you're going to realize that this relationship with your younger sibling is not the best or is not healthy in some way, shape, or form. The 3rd house deals with studying. And so if you are studying a topic, a subject, you're in school, or you're thinking about going back to school, this eclipse can help you, or can actually realign you on a better path. Maybe you're studying something and you're realizing this is not really what I want to do. This is not really what I want to study. It's not really aligned with me or who I am. I want to go in another direction. So some of you may abandon your studies and may change, may go a different direction. So that's a possibility. This is the house of communication and socializing and exchanging ideas and connecting with others. And so maybe now you're thinking about the way you communicate, and maybe the way you communicate is not very healthy. Maybe it's this, you've just learned to communicate a certain way because that's how you grew up. You grew up with maybe, with just a not so nice way of expressing yourself. Maybe it's toxic. Maybe it's not so nice. Maybe it's mean, whatever the case may be. You're kind of reconsidering the way you communicate with people. And so there could be a massive transformation there. For Gemini Ascendant first. So Gemini Ascendant, this eclipse happens in your second house, the second house. And so issues pertaining to money, finances, possessions, material things, issues pertaining to your oral health, your teeth. And so for some of you, this is a time where you can lose a lot of money, where you have to spend a lot of money for something, maybe to fix your teeth. For some of you, this is within the next 6 months, you can have a brand new smile. You can have new teeth. Some of you may lose your teeth or a tooth. Hopefully it's just one tooth. The second house is also the house of family. And so there could be some healing that needs to be done here, some releasing that needs to be done. Also need to watch out what you say, the words that come out of your mouth. You need to be more conscious of what you say and how you say it. But the concern and the focus is on money, and there could be a loss of money. You may have to let go of some possessions, some material things, but don't worry because new ones are on the horizon. Whatever you lose now, whatever you have to let go now, it will be replaced. For Cancer Ascendant, well, this happens in your first house, and so this is a big deal. This new moon eclipse, this Ketu solar eclipse, can really transform your life big time, especially if your ascendant is near 26 degrees. Let's say the closer, the more impactful it is, but this is Cancer, it's a very sensitive sign. And so even if your degree is within 10 degrees, your ascendant is within 10 degrees, you can certainly feel it, sense it, and it can change your life big time. This is really about recalibration, realigning you to your true life path and the purpose of your soul. This is a big deal. And if you need to make some changes concerning your health, this is the time to do it. Mercury is part of the eclipse. Mercury rules the 12th house of endings and completions and the past. This is a time, if you really want to move forward, you have to let go of something that you've been clinging on to quite tightly. And this will really open doors for you. So this is a massive eclipse that can really transform your vision, your perception of your life, of your future, and the way you show up in life as well, and the way you show up for yourself as well. This is a time for healing, deep healing. Okay, so for Leo Ascendant, this eclipse happens in your 12th house. This is a hidden house that holds, hidden secrets. And so something really big could reveal itself to you in the next, couple of months, 6 months. Some sort of secret, some hidden matter that can really help you, that can help to heal you or to unblock you in your life, right? The 12th house pertains to endings and completions. And so if there are things that you've left undone the next couple of weeks and months, take that time to complete these things and release them, let go of them, be done with them. This is about completion, but it's also about letting go of the past. You've been holding on to something from the past for way too long, for a very long time, possibly even 18 years, like 20 years or something like that. So you really want to let go of this really strong entanglement that you have to your past. This eclipse will really stir up a lot of unconscious issues, and it will bring these things to the surface, and they are for healing and releasing. So for Virgo ascendant, this eclipse is happening in your 11th house. This is a house pertaining to your wishes, desires, your dreams, your associations, the groups that you identify yourself with. It's also the house of older siblings. And so this could be a time of massive revelation and information pertaining to an older sibling. Maybe you're realizing that there's some toxic patterns here. There's a toxic relationship here that needs to end. So this could be about healing and amending and repairing a relationship with a sibling and letting go of the past or past hurts. Or it could be letting go of this relationship altogether. And this can apply to connections and people that you're hanging out with, or people that you know, and friends. And maybe you've outgrown certain groups and you're realizing that these people, they just don't align with who you are anymore. You've outgrown them. And so, or maybe there's somebody in that group that is not someone that you want around. It's not someone you want in your life. That's a possibility. There could be a dream, a desire, something that you've always wanted, and now suddenly you're realizing, I don't really want this anymore. I don't want this thing anymore. It doesn't resonate with my soul's purpose. And so there could be a change of mind, a releasing that desire that wasn't even healthy to begin with. It wasn't even healthy. It wasn't even aligned with you. And so you let go of that. And within the next 6 months, you're going to align yourself with something that is more true to who you are. Now for Libra ascendant. Well, this happens in your 10th house. This is the house of your career, your public image, your social status, your work. Some of you will let go of your work. You will quit your job within the next 6 months, even to a year. You're just realizing that this career, this job is just it's not aligned with what you want to do, really what you want to do in life. And so some of you will maybe work less, or like I said, you're going to quit your job or something like that. There's also something that needs to be said about your public persona and your public image that you're showing people and that you're displaying to others. You have to ask yourself if you're doing this to please other people, or if this sort of life is really what you want, basically, if that makes sense. And so you have to be true to yourself, and you have to, especially if you have planets here in the 10th house near the 26 degrees, even if you don't, this eclipse is going to affect you. And there could be a change of career. You may feel this intense desire to align with your true purpose. And this can be the beginning of something very beautiful. A career, a passion, turning your passion into your work, doing what you love, basically. For Scorpio ascendant, well, this solar eclipse is happening in your 9th house. There could be some legal issues that come to an end. And so this is going to be a big relief for you, for some of you. Finally, this legal battle or whatever is over. And so that's fantastic. That's a beautiful thing. This can also pertain to your father. If your father is still around, maybe he's been going through some legal issues and now finally it's over. And so that's fantastic news. The 9th house is a very spiritual house. It pertains also like the 3rd house. It's on the same axis, the 3rd and the 9th house. It pertains to higher studies and education. And so for some of you, you will be starting a new education, a new educational path within the next 6 to 12 months, but within the next 6 months. You can, you have this desire to learn something new, to expand your mind. For some of you, you may have a change of mind in terms of what you are studying currently. Maybe you're going to abandon those studies and go towards something else. For some of you, this eclipse in the 9th house can reveal some very toxic attachments, entanglements pertaining to your father. And that needs to be released. Some of you will discover some hidden secrets pertaining to your father that can either connect some very vital, important dots in your life, or that can really change the way you see your father from now on. For Sagittarius ascendant, this is happening in your 8th house. This is a very profound psychological cosmic event that's happening here. And this will cause a profound inner transformation for you. Lots of healing is available for you here. There's a lot of healing to be done, a lot of releasing to be done. The 8th house has a lot to do with self-worth, with joint ventures, shared resources as well. So topics surrounding money and finances, but other people's money. Okay, so if you've been depending on other people's money, that can come to an end around this time. So it can cause a lot of fear. The 8th house is the house of fear and anxiety. But there's a massive transformation taking place. And that fear is going to be gone once you get renewed, once you heal. You're thinking a lot deeper and deeply during this time and for the next 6 months. Some of you may study deeper into esoteric matters, into astrology. That's going to become a bigger interest for you. But it's really about releasing issues, traumas, pain, hurt, and things like that. Unhealthy patterns related to your upbringing. For Capricorn ascendant, well, this happens in your 7th house. The 7th house is about other people and your relationship with other people. So relationships in general, your partner, your life partner, your spouse is the 7th house, business partners too. And so there are some big revelations here regarding your relationship with other people, your relationship with your spouse, your partner. If you're single, you're going to be releasing some sort of unhealthy tie to maybe a past partner. Because if you hold on to the past or to a past partner, then there's no way the right person can come in your life. As I was saying for Capricorn ascendant, for the 7th house and relationships, some of you are holding very tightly to a past relationship. And maybe things didn't work out the way that you thought they would, and things ended. but you're still holding on to this relationship. Some way, somehow, you're holding on to it, or maybe you're comparing everybody to that person, whatever the case may be. This is the time to let go. For those of you that are in a relationship, this can be a time where something hidden comes to light in terms of your partner. And this can really change the way that you see your partner. This can really change your relationship with your partner. And so for some of you, this can bring an ending of a relationship. It's possible. But know that something more aligned is going to come in your life. And so the way you interact with people is going to be something that you think about for the next couple of weeks and months. You're going to be thinking about that more profoundly. And you have to understand that the 7th house is a mirror. It's a reflection of you. Everybody is just a reflection of us and the things that we need to heal within us. For Aquarius Ascendant, well, this happens in your 6th house. So for you, this is a time to let go of unhealthy habits and diets, and maybe some sort of unhealthy routine that you have that's really not good for you. Some of you, this is also the house of work. For some of you, you need to let go of work, or there will be issues pertaining to work. There is some toxicity surrounding your daily life, surrounding your routine. This is the house of challenges and enemies and obstacles. And so there's a lot of things to take care of, but I would prioritize your health. Your health is going to be important. And so make sure you are on top of that. But this is really about letting go of something that is not aligned with who you really are. Okay? Whether it's your work, whether it's some sort of routine that you can't keep up with anymore. There's just too much. Maybe you need to delegate some tasks and things like that. But you need to be on top of your health. Okay? For Pisces Ascendant, this solar eclipse happens in your 5th house. And so this is the house of your heart. It's the house of your creativity, dating, romance, children. And so there could be some pretty significant information, revelation surrounding your children. It could be anything. It could be something positive that will ultimately help your children. It could be something more challenging, like coming to the realization that maybe you need to distance yourself from an adult child or something like that. So this is about letting go of something, maybe a strong attachment to a child. Maybe your child, your son, daughter got married and moved away or something like that. And maybe you have this really strong entanglement with them that you need to kind of deal with now. This is the house of dating, romantic involvement. And so maybe you will get some sort of revelation about the person that you're seeing, the person that you're dating. And this can lead to the end of that relationship. But that will certainly open the door to something more aligned, something that is aligned to your heart. The 5th house is our heart. And so within the next 6 to 12 months, you may meet somebody new, somebody that resonates more with who you are. This is the house of, creative self-expression, but also childbirth or pregnancy, conception. For some of you, there could be a pregnancy, a new chapter that begins. And so that's all. Thank you so much for listening.